Hello guys, welcome to my kitchen. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. We are going to start dinner. Of course, we're going to share first, so give me a second. While you're hopping on, be sure and share with any of your friends. I did notice the other day when I kept saying, no one's telling me what you're having for dinner, y'all not eating. For whatever reason, Facebook was not showing me the comments. I was only seeing when people were joining. So that being said, after the video, I'll make sure and go back. And if y'all have answered what you're having for dinner, I'll take a look at it. But let me finish sharing to all of my groups. There's a few, and I've got to find them. I hope everyone is having a great Wednesday. Hold on one second. I'm still sharing to a few groups. Oh, I think I may have just shared to the wrong group. Whoops. Okay. All right. That's enough of my groups that I'm sharing to. I can share after as well. But if you're just hopping on, oh, now it's telling me. It's a little bit weird. Now it's got some little thing that says wave. That's new. All right. Hey, Gina. Hey, Christy. Hey, Leslie. Cheesy baked tortellini casserole and wedge salad. Oh, it is showing me some comments. Okay, I can't promise I'll be able to read all of them because it is a little far away, but we'll do our best. All right, so tonight we are having, this is actually a Pampered Chef recipe. I am modifying it just slightly, but I have put the link to the recipe at the top, so when this video is over, you should be able to find it. But we're having Hawaiian fried cauliflower rice. And some changes that I'm making, I'm adding chicken to it. It calls for ham, which we are going to do ham, but I'm adding chicken. It also calls for carrots and peas, neither of which are keto friendly. So instead, I'm going to do zucchini and squash that I got yesterday when we went to the strawberry patch. So the chicken, the zucchini, the squash, those are my modifications. Otherwise, it's about the same. There are plenty of other things you could add. We could add broccoli, which I actually had thought about doing that, but I think we'll have enough veggies with all this. One thing before I get started, and this recipe's not complicated, but there's just a little bit more prep, and I want you guys to see it pretty much all, so just bear with me. If it runs a little longer and you have to hop off, no problem. But don't be afraid of cauliflower. I know cauliflower is out there. A lot of people talk about cauliflower, pizza crust, and just different things. My kids joke with me and say that I put cauliflower in everything, which is not true. But this cauliflower rice is actually going to taste like the hibachi fried rice. You just have to try it and not get stuck on the fact you're using cauliflower. So what I'm going to do to get started before we actually get into ricing the rest of the cauliflower. Hey, Jennifer, you're having grilled pork chops, sweet potato fries, mac and cheese, and homemade dinner biscuits. Okay, that sounds delicious. I'm going to get our chicken started just because this needs to cook for a little while. This is just one package of chicken tenders I picked up at Aldi. I'm actually not going to use the whole package because it's a little over 2 pounds. It's about 2 1/4 pounds, and I don't need that much chicken since I also have some ham. So I'm just going to use part of it. The rest of it I will save in the refrigerator to use for another meal. We might have bacon wrapped chicken tenders the end of this week. I don't know. But I am going to use our everyday rock crock. And I hesitated to do this. I was going to pull out a piece of stoneware because currently all of our rock crocks are out of stock. And it devastates me. Our rock crocks and 2 of our stainless steel skillets and our coarse grater. Those are all temporarily out of stock because they've been super popular and we haven't been able to restock them yet. If you are wanting a rock crock or one of the stainless skillets, I'm going to use the stainless wok tonight, which is not out of stock. But if you're wanting one of those items, go to my website, find the item, and there's a button to click for you to be notified when it's back in stock. So definitely get yourself notified. When I see that they're back in stock, I may even do a fun party that if you order those items when they come back in stock, I may do it as a mystery host, and anyone that orders will go into a drawing to be the host of that party. But I am going to use, hey cousin Carrie, Hey Julie, I am going to use the Everyday Rock Crock even though it's temporarily out of stock because this is an easy way to get your chicken cooked. And we're just going to trim off the gross part to get your chicken cooked instead of boiling it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cook this in the microwave and it will probably, I'll do about 8 minutes. I may have to add a little more time. It just depends how it cooks. But the general rule is about 8 minutes per pound of chicken. So I'm not going to add any liquid. Some of these pieces are a little bit frozen. I literally just did my grocery run for the week. Let me do a couple more pieces in here. But generally, it's 8 minutes per pound in the microwave. You can do this in our deep covered baker. You can do it in any of the rock crocks. I'm using the Everyday Rock Crock just because I don't need a super deep pot or pan. Okay, so I'm gonna use that amount. Let me set the rest of this chicken aside. Let me wash my hands. Hang tight. Let me get some salt. I had also thought about doing all this ahead of time, but then I decided no, I want y'all to see how easy it is to do this complete meal. All right, so we've got our chicken in the rock crock. I'm putting some pink Himalayan salt on it, and then, let me show you, and then we're gonna cover it. I'm not adding any liquid, nothing else to it. Hey Lisa, hey Tracy, welcome guys. Hey Holly. I am just going to cover it and I'm going to put this in the microwave for 8 minutes. Now I'll check it. If it's not done, we'll add a couple more minutes, but we're going to let this go while we get the rest of our stuff prepped. So hold on 1 second. All right, so we've got our chicken starting. The other thing that we are going to need is some diced up ham. Rather than buying deli ham or like, not deli, but like the pre-diced up ham, we had ham on Easter Sunday, a spiral ham, and we had a good bit left. So I just pulled some of the ham that was left and I'm just going to use the salad choppers. Y'all give me hearts if you can see, because again, the comments are in the way, but welcome. Rachel, did you see everything is set up for your party? Super excited. Hey Beth. Hey Lisa, hey Tracy. We've got lots of Lisas and Tracys today. Okay, so I'm going to use the salad choppers and I've just got this ham in the small batter bowl. And literally all I did, the leak-proof container that had our ham in it, I just pulled out what I felt was going to be enough ham for this recipe. If I needed more, I still have more, but I think this is going to be enough. You want the ham diced up, because we're making Hawaiian fried rice, so I don't want big old pieces of ham in my rice. I want it to be diced. We're also going to use these salad choppers on the chicken when it's done, so I'm gonna leave them out. But here's our diced up ham. Now, I'm gonna set that aside for a minute because I'm going to put it in my wok in just a minute, but we need to finish getting the cauliflower riced. I have already done, this was actually 1 head of cauliflower and I'm going to do another head. The only reason I did it before I hopped on here is because I don't want y'all having to watch me use the manual food processor that much. It's kind of loud, and so this is just our large stainless bowl. Absolutely love these, and this is what I've riced already. But I am going to show you how easy it is to rice. Let me get some of my other stuff out of the way. So here's the other half of cauliflower that I'm going to use. I'm just going to cut it in some pretty big chunks. I do kind of cut off parts of the stem because you don't really want to use the big parts of the stem. It will chop up, but you know, mostly you want just the main part of the cauliflower. Another tool you could use, I'm using the manual food processor, hopefully you can see it, but another tool you could use is our veggie strip maker. And that tool's really easy, but I like the manual food processor because I feel like I get the job done a little bit quicker and I don't end up with cauliflower flying all over my kitchen. So I'll do that last little piece in a minute. But okay, I've got all my cauliflower in here, just in, you know, kind of bite-sized pieces. Hey, Kimberly. So lift the handle. I'm trying to see who's hopping on. Hey, Susan, you're doing great at your party as well. If I didn't get this video shared into y'all's parties and you're partying with me, make sure and go share it to your party, or I'll check your party when I'm done and I can always share it after that. All right, so a couple pumps of the handle. I'm gonna move some of it around. I did fill this pretty full. Sometimes when you fill it too full, it can't rotate. All right, we still have got some pieces. Let me take those out, get this other cauliflower out. So you take the blade out, and here's your rice cauliflower. I'm dumping it in the bowl. Put the blade back in, and we'll put these other pieces back in. Let me cut this one in half, and we will finish ricing this. Has everyone had a great Wednesday? It's been, okay, that's being a stubborn piece. We don't need it, it's just a stem. So there's the rest. And you just do that for however much you need to rice. Then these two pieces to the processor can go in the dishwasher. The lid I'm gonna hand wash. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get this out of the way. And a little bit of cauliflower crumbs. Get all this off my counter. All right, so what we have, this is what's going to be all of our rice. Hopefully y'all can see that. Hey, Amy. So this will be our rice. But what we also need to do, we need to get some green onion ready, because we're gonna do some green onion and garlic in our skillet. And we're going to warm up our ham in the skillet. So I'm gonna take you over to my stovetop to get the ham going. We'll slice up the green onion, get the garlic, and do all of that. We'll finish getting the rice ready, and then it all comes together. All this while our chicken is cooking. Again, the recipe doesn't call for the chicken, but it's something that I like to add. Hey, Amy, welcome. Hey, Judy. Hey, Chris. All right, so come over to my stovetop. Hopefully I didn't make y'all sick. Give me hearts if y'all can see. So what I have over here, now this is the only stainless non-stick piece of cookware that's currently in stock, and it is our wok, and I love it. And it does have a lid, which we're going to use at one point, but I absolutely love it. It is stainless, but it's got a non-stick mesh in it that makes it cook as if it were non-stick, but the benefits of stainless. So it is really, really great. What we are going to do, we are going to turn on the burner. We're adding a little bit of oil. I am choosing to use olive oil. I mean, not olive oil, avocado oil. So I'm gonna add a little of that. When I put the ham in, I will be using the splatter screen because it fits over any 12-inch or smaller piece of cookware, the grill pan. I used it the other day on the cast iron skillet. So I'm gonna put that on because I don't want the ham sizzling all over the place. What we're doing, this ham was already cooked. I mean, we had this on Easter Sunday, so it's already cooked. We just want to heat it through, kind of get a little brown on it. So once it's done heating up, we're gonna remove it from the skillet, saute our green onions and our garlic in here, add our rice, and add a few other things. So just gonna dump this. I need multiple hands here. I'm gonna dump that into our skillet, save that bowl because we do have to remove the ham from the heat for when we saute our green onions. All right, so we'll just let that kind of sit. I'm gonna put the splatter screen on because that way I'm not gonna have a mess all over my countertop. I'm gonna bring you back over to get the rest of our stuff ready. Hopefully I positioned y'all right. Can you see? I'm gonna have to keep asking y'all that over and over. Hey, Charity. All right, so we need, and I've already washed these green onions. We need some green onions that we'll saute. So just cut off the end. And I'm not going to use all of it, so I tend to cut off the top part as well and just use kind of the whole middle section. So, and I'm using my 5-inch Santoku knife and just dice them up however you want to dice them. I don't have the best knife skills, even though I'm a pampered chef. I can promise my knife skills are not the best. I am not Rachel Ray. Also, funny fact, not funny fact, but my nails are way, way overdue for being redone. So yeah, having longer nails is a little challenging when you're cooking. Who would have thought? I refuse to soak them off. I'm going to probably let them go as long as I can, and then we'll do away with them. All right, and if you guys have questions as we're going through this, just let me know. If I don't see it right away, I always go back and scroll through the comments at the end. Yes, Lisa, this is the best knife on the planet. Hey, Lauren Kinnear. Lauren, guess what came in the mail today? Well, better yet, let me just show you. Hold on, we're breaking away from Pampered Chef. Do you know what that is, Lauren? Ask me if I've already tried it. The answer is yes, and I should have ordered 4 boxes. Okay, sorry, that was a very squirrel moment, but this is Facebook Live. This is my only interaction with y'all, so we're going with it. All right, our chicken just went off. Let me go check the chicken to make sure it's cooked all the way through, and we'll finish doing our garlic. Yes, strawberry peach, and it is delicious. It's sitting on my kitchen table right now that I've already fixed. Hang on, let me get my chicken. Let me check it, and if it's good, I'll bring it over there. Okay, we are going to do 1 more minute on the chicken because there's one piece that doesn't look all the way done. All right, so 1 more minute and then we will chop it up. All right, so with our green onions, we also need some fresh garlic. For those that have been to any of my cooking shows, which this is actually a recipe I used to do at quite a few of my shows, garlic goes in everything except for the sweets that you fix. So I'm going to do probably 4 or so cloves. Do not peel your garlic. This is 2 cloves right here. Do not peel it. I'm crushing it into the pile of my green onions. I need a paring knife. I don't know if I have one in the show. Yep, I do. All right, so it does come with a tool to clean off. Look, there's your skin. I never can find the tools, so I use a paring knife. Hey, Amy Adams. Yes, garlic press. All right, so we're going to do a couple more cloves, and I'm just putting this into the green onions because that's what's going to go in the wok next. Don't touch the garlic. You don't have to with it. Just put it in there with the peel. You're never going to smell like garlic if you use our garlic press. Press it through the skin, and then either use the tool that comes with it, or in my case, a paring knife to get the garlic out. All right, so there's our garlic. So now what we're going to do, we are going to just set this aside until our ham is done. Let me grab our chicken and I'll show you how easy that is to chop up with the salad choppers for it to get added back to the rice. We've got to add some vegetables to here, and then we're going to finish off the recipe at the stovetop. Hey, Hope. Hey, Lori. And I do need to drain. All right, I'm going to drain some of the, let me show you the chicken first of all. So, and it's gonna be hard. Here's my cooked chicken. You can see how hot it is. I didn't put any liquid to start with, but there's a lot of broth. I'm gonna drain that out just because it'll be easier to chop with the salad choppers. So, all right, and now, let me move my chicken out of the way, put this down. All right, so now we're going to use the salad choppers, same thing that we chopped the ham with, and I'm just gonna go in here and chop this chicken more bite size. Now the chicken is fully cooked. Hopefully you can see via Facebook, it is not gray. It is very, very moist. This chicken would be great if you were doing a chicken salad, if you wanted it for barbecue chicken sandwiches, like, you know, kind of like pulled chicken. So just a super easy way to get your chicken cooked. Cooking in the microwave, in case you did not realize, actually has it where you lose less nutrients of your meat. Because unlike boiling this chicken, my nutrients stays in this pot, like all that chicken broth. I could have used that for some sort of recipe if I wanted. When you're boiling your meat in water, you lose 97% of the nutrients into the liquid that you're boiling it in. All right, so salad choppers, chopped up chicken, that will be ready to go into our rice mixture when the time is right. So I'm gonna set it over by the stove and we're gonna finish getting our veggies ready. I'm also gonna stir our ham just a little bit. I don't know if y'all can hear it sizzling. Okay, so the other thing I mentioned that I'm adding, hey Ashley, I'm gonna add zucchini and squash to our fried rice. The recipe calls for shredded carrots and peas, neither of which are keto friendly. So I was at the strawberry patch yesterday with my kids for the field trip. We got some fresh zucchini and squash. So I'm gonna do probably these three. I might actually do both zucchinis, but we're gonna start with 3 squash and a zucchini. Let me move this out of the way, can y'all see? And comment what product y'all think I'm going to use to prep these, besides the knife, to go into our rice mixture. Any guesses? While you're thinking and maybe typing, let me go get the product. All right, I don't know if y'all saw. Any guesses as to what product I'm going to use to prep our zucchini and our squash? Oh, Charity, you still have your cleaning tool? Yeah, I don't know where mine go. All right, we are going to use the quick slice. This is a game changer, guys. So, trying to make it where y'all can see. Cut off the ends. You don't need those. I'm gonna cut the zucchini in half and in half again. Now, I am going to leave these zucchini just, you were close, Charity, easy slice, you were close. I am going to leave it where it's just in halves instead of smaller pieces because I don't mind it being a little bigger for this recipe. So we're gonna put our zucchini face down. Actually, I'm only gonna do one at a time because that's pretty thick. We can do, there we go, that'll work. Wiggle back and forth, and here is my sliced zucchini. Dump that in with the rice, well, the cauliflower. And then we're gonna do the other 2 pieces of zucchini. That one is really thick, so let's do it one at a time. And one more. All right, so there's our zucchini. We're gonna do the same with the squash. Cut the ends off. Not really sure, I probably don't need to cut that much of the zucchini or the squash off, but I tend to like just the more meat of it, so that's what we're gonna do. If that's not right, then someone tell me. All right, so same thing with the squash. I'm gonna cut them in half. And by the way, these were already washed. I have them sitting on my counter. Hey, Jennifer Murphy. Hey, Allison. Welcome, guys. We are making Hawaiian fried cauliflower rice for dinner. Right now, we are adding to our cauliflower rice our veggies that we're gonna do. All right, so that was just some squash, some zucchini. Anything else you would want to do in here, you could do. But here's our big bowl of basically our veggies, our cauliflower, our zucchini, our squash. We are now gonna go over to the stovetop, if I can do this. We're gonna saute our green onions and garlic. We're taking the ham out. So I'm gonna take this over and then I'll come back and get y'all. Hang on. Gotta be a little creative over here. All right, so hopefully I don't have to move y'all again. Hearts, thumbs up if y'all can see the skillet. And if you can see, oh, almost dropped that. You're not gonna be able to see me quite as well, but it's okay, you don't need to see me. All right, so what we have in here is our ham, and I'm gonna use the scoop and drain to scoop out this ham because we're done heating it up. This little tool is great if you're doing like boiled eggs or pasta and you need to get it out but let liquid drain. So we're gonna get our ham. This was leftover ham from Easter Sunday that we are using. Rather than buying more ham, I need to use what I had. We're using the stainless steel non-stick wok. Okay, so we'll set our ham aside because we'll add that and the chicken back in just a minute. Can y'all see? I hope. I've got a lot over here on my stovetop. Now what we're going to do, our green onions and garlic are going back into our warm skillet. When you're sauteing onion and garlic like this, you do want to be careful not to let it burn. So you don't need to cook it very long. We're just going to cook it for a second. What all are y'all saying? So much easier than a mandolin. Oh my gosh, the quick slice is such a game changer. Most of the lives that I've been doing these last couple weeks, I've used the quick slice in each of those recipes. Each of the lives, because it's just something I use all the time. Can y'all see my skillet? I think so. All right, so we're just letting these saute for a second. All right, and then what we're going to do, all of this rice and squash and zucchini is going in here with the onions. Now, if y'all can see this skillet, it is full. I purposefully did a good bit of cauliflower because I want leftovers. I will eat this. It is just as good leftover as it is when you first make it. So, I'm going to cover it because I do want it to kind of steam. So we're just going to let it be covered. What we still need to prep are the eggs that we're going to add. So we're going to let this cook and then we're going to make a little hole in the middle to do our eggs. Then we will add back the chicken and the ham. We're going to add a little soy sauce and a little teriyaki marinade. And that's dinner. Like, we're not doing anything else to go with this. This has your veggies, your protein. It is dinner. I chose tonight to use our whipped cream maker for our 2 eggs just because I want to kind of show y'all how products can be used for multiple things. Hey Janet, hey Autumn, hey Christina. So, hey Christina, have you found any more crazy books that were mixed in that you might need to put in my mailbox? I'm very embarrassed that I didn't go through it a little better, but hopefully you're enjoying those books. All right, that's another squirrel moment, Facebook Live. Hopefully y'all enjoy it. Anyway, hey Deborah Como. Okay, so the whipped cream maker. Yes, you can make homemade whipped cream, flavored whipped cream, lots of things, but it's also good if you're doing scrambled eggs or you need to get eggs whipped up. So what I'm going to do, and I'm just using 2 farm fresh eggs that I've already washed. So we're gonna crack those down into here. My trash can is on the other side of the room. And then we're just going to put the lid on and literally you just kind of pump the whipped cream maker. It's got like a built-in little plunger. Now for this recipe, if you wanted more than 2 eggs, you could have. I really probably, and actually I think I am going to do 1 more egg. Hold on, let me wash 1 more egg. Because since I have so much rice, let's crack 1 more into here. Oh, this is going to be hard. Get out of the way. Oh, look at that. That's some talent there. All right, so it's basically just mixing them up instead of using a whisk, and it's showing you another use of your whipped cream maker if you have one. What everybody do today on this Wednesday? The weather was really pretty here. It's a little chilly and a little bit breezy, but it's still pretty. All right, so here's our whipped up eggs that we're going to add to our skillet in just a minute. Let me stir this some. Got to get it all stirred up. And it's starting to soften, so I can tell that it's getting steamed. And it will cook down a fair amount. So we're going to cover it back up. All right, while we wait on that, because we're not quite ready to add our eggs, let me go grab something that I think is a handy tool for me now that I'm keto, but really you can use this for anyone. Okay, gone are some of the days of using, let me turn it so I'm looking at y'all. You know, gone are the days that a lot of people, we don't use cookbooks as often. We're used to using recipes on our iPad or our phone, and that's great. Like when I'm in the kitchen, that's great, except for sometimes I have to keep unlocking my screen and all kinds of things like that. So what I found shortly after I went keto 18 months ago, I just got one of the kids' old binders, some page protectors, and I kind of started creating my own cookbook. Like this recipe that we're doing, I just printed it out from my own website because it is a Pampered Chef recipe, and I'm a little OCD, so it does start with breakfast in the front, main dishes, and then desserts. But like, what are some of the others that I've done Facebook Live for you? Well, I haven't done this one, but this cheesy lasagna right here, I can just open this up and do, where's something else that I did on live with y'all? Let me see. Because I've got way more recipes in here than I've done with y'all. Oh, there's egg roll in a bowl in here. Oh, here's this right here is the keto pizza. The other day I posted it as a vegetarian pizza. So that is the keto pizza recipe that's in here. My mini cheesecakes are right here. So why am I even telling y'all this? Because I find that having this instead of having to pull up the recipes on my phone or keep up with links to the recipes, when I find a recipe that I really like, I go ahead and print it out. The reason it's in page protectors is so when I spill all kinds of ingredient on it, I can just wipe it off. And I just keep this in my cabinet so that when I need some ideas, I'll pull this out, come up with something. That's how I thought about doing this recipe today. Some of you may already do something like this. Some of you may think that this is archaic because we're in a technology surrounded world, but to me this just is really helpful in the kitchen. So all these recipes, when I pin the link, each time I've been going live, I've been trying to give you all the links to recipes or give you the recipe, print it out, put it in some page protectors and hold on to it, because then you're more likely to repeat the recipe because you don't have to search for it. You'll have it really handy. All right, let's go back to our meal, because now, hey Amy. All right, now we are pretty much ready, I think, to add our eggs. Yes, we're getting good and soft. So what I'm going to do, this part's going to be hard for y'all to see. I'm going to push all my rice to the side and make a little well in the middle. Get my lid off. And I'm going to pour the eggs down into the middle. And we're going to let that sit for just a few minutes. Let me find a spatula. Whatever spatula you use when you do scrambled eggs, you're going to let that sit down in the middle for a minute, let it start cooking, and we're going to break it up. Hey Wendy, hey Sherry, welcome guys. We're almost finished prepping this dinner, so if you're just hopping on, be sure to go back at the beginning and you can watch from the beginning. But we are making Hawaiian fried cauliflower rice. Don't let the cauliflower part scare you. So then as it cooks, kind of like at a hibachi place, you know, they start then scrambling it. So I'm just going to let it heat through, and then we're going to break it up like scrambled eggs, mix it all in to the rice. So and remember I added 1 extra egg, so it's going to take it a little bit longer to heat through. And of course, when I'm done, I will take a picture of the finished product, because I probably won't make y'all stay on here the whole time, because there's not much else to do. All we have to do, let the eggs finish cooking. We will add back in our diced up ham, our cooked chicken, and then I'm going to add both low sodium soy sauce and some teriyaki marinade. And then that is going to be dinner. Super easy. Wendy, then you would love this recipe. And let me tell you, it doesn't taste like cauliflower. When I started making this recipe, I used to do this at my cooking shows. So it's been a while since I've done those, because we can't right now, but I would do this at my cooking shows, and I would tell the guests, please at least try it. Even if you think you hate cauliflower, this doesn't taste like cauliflower. I had made it for my family 3 or 4 times before I got busted and they saw me ricing the cauliflower. So I had made it, they weren't home until it was ready and it was on the table. And all of my kids, my husband, everybody loved it. Then I got busted one day. They walked in and saw me ricing the cauliflower. And even this afternoon, Evan came in from working out and he said, what are we having? I said, you're going to eat it. You've eaten it a billion times. He saw the cauliflower sitting there. He said, no, I'm not eating that. Well, I can assure you, he will be eating it tonight. He will enjoy it because it doesn't taste like cauliflower. Okay, so I'm just scrambling up the eggs. I don't know if y'all can see that, but my rice is pushed off to the side. Scrambling up the eggs. So I didn't have to dirty a separate skillet to get the eggs scrambled. I don't have a big hibachi grill over here. I just have a regular glass cooktop. Using the spatula to break them up. All right, and now I'm going to mix it all back together. This is why I'm using the wok, because I've got a lot in this skillet. I'm going to add a little soy sauce. I don't measure. If y'all want to measure, go for it. This was a low sodium. The teriyaki marinade is not 100% keto because it does have a little bit of sugar in it in the soy. However, it's still a better choice than if I were doing rice, and still keeping it fairly low carb. The amount that I'm putting in here being distributed among all of this in this pan really is not a whole lot. So overall, it still makes it a very low carb recipe and really pretty keto friendly. So you can change it up however you want. So let me just show y'all, and then I'll let you go. So here's our fried rice with the zucchini and squash. We are going to add, I gotta turn down the heat. We're gonna add the ham back in, add the chicken back in, and dinner is done. Let me know if y'all have any questions. Let me see, let me scroll through. Work in the school garden. Okay, I'm not sure. I'll have to rewatch and see when y'all are commenting. But if you have questions, let me know. If there is anything you're needing to add to your kitchen, let me know. And if there's anything you'd like to see, a particular product you'd like to see used because you're not sure how to use it, assuming that I have it, because I do have most everything in my kitchen. There are a few things that I don't have, but for the most part, I have everything. So just let me know. I hope this has brightened your day. I hope it has shown you even this recipe that is a little more involved is still very simple and very doable. It uses so many of my must-have products, And if you guys start paying attention to my lives, there's a lot of times I'm using a lot of the same products. So if you don't have the entire catalog, there's still a whole lot you can do in your kitchen. So I love each and every one of you. I hope you guys have enjoyed tonight's dinner. I hope you are having a really good week, and the second half of the week is just as good for you. Enjoy the beautiful weather. Stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands. Let's all do our part so we can get back to whatever will be the new normal. And if there's anything I can do, just let me know. Thank you all for joining me, blessing my business, and just letting me talk to y'all through Facebook Live. Have a great night. We'll see you later.